Okay, now there are 4 calculations that we need to really understand in this course. And the first one of those is confidence interval for the mean. And our calculation for the confidence interval for the mean is right here. Mu, that's the Greek letter mu, we usually don't know where that is equal to x bar, which is the sample mean, plus or minus z, which is that value based on our confidence level, times the standard deviation of the sample divided by the square root of the size of the sample. We have a little problem here. In our problem, we have a sample mean of 500. We have a sample size of 25. We have our standard deviation of the sample is 100. And we want to be 95% sure. So the first thing we do is figure out our formula. We're going to use this formula because we're dealing with the mean. Right here is the mean. We want to keep that in mind. So let's just look at what we do. So mu is equal to, we look at our x bar, which is 500, plus or minus z. And our z level is going to be based on a 95% confidence. And from the earlier lecture, we know that that z is 1.96. We know that because that's related to the 95% confidence. Then we plug in our sample standard deviation. We have that as 100. And that's divided by the square root of the sample size, and that's 25. When we do the calculation, we find out that mu is somewhere between 500 plus or minus, we do the math here, and we end up with 39.2. So we can say that we are 95% sure, based on this data, that mu is somewhere between 539.2, which is 500 plus 39.2, and 460.8. So mu is greater than or equal to 460.8, and it's less than or equal to 539.2. That gives us the broad range. What we can say is that we are indeed, based on this data, we are 95% confident that the mean, the population mean, which we seldom know, is somewhere between 460.8 and 539.2. That's the calculation for the confidence interval of a mean.